Okay. The reason why I make so many videos is because, for me, expressing myself is the last thing I should do before I can't. These people have been humiliated by reality. The thing is, what the manipulation they make me have is just nasty. And in the past, the way they were trying to make it look like, it's like, now what we're doing to your brain is we're making you think the way you thought. We mapped it. It's bullshit stories. And at this point, the humiliation of reality, that these people saying they map in my brain actually work for governmental entities where there's been consistent validation that these people are run by pedophiles. These entities, like the Department of Defense, have had issues with pedophilia, and it's been so concrete and so obvious that a bill just to wrap up everything was created in 2019 to show how much because there was so much child porn being trafficked. In 2018, they were ranked 19th out of 2,900. That the bill was created for that, to try to limit the amount of child porn being downloaded using the computer given to them by the DoD. Now, this trash worked for those entities. Now, today, and I understand why they feel like, okay, you're so desperate. There's been an article that came out in 2018 or something like that, saying that, children at a certain age can do things, and it's impulsiveness in the act of children. The brain of a child is a child's brain. They have this impulsiveness that perhaps is just due to their child, the developing brain. And so because of that, they've been trying to make me think, okay, no, but this, because what I did something as a kid. The only an appropriate act I've done as a child of that nature is something I did when I was in middle school, 13, 14 years old. I did something to myself, never happened again. And so they've been trying to create this more of it, because that shows the validation that a child can do these impulsive things. So then what they've been trying to do is like, going even when I'm younger, it's like, no. And this trash in the hallway says something, she Sarah, and she rocks. And I was like, if you ever say this thing in front of me, because they torture children. Listen, target individual. This shit that said the name, I know that this program tortured children, and they burned the genitals of kids. They hurt them sexually using this technology that can target the genitals. Now, what they do to us when it comes to psychologically manipulations, they rewire the thought process. So you look at a child, for me, any little girls. Matter of fact, I almost clicked to somebody who's on the profile, Tinder, and before I click to the next picture of her, I can read that she said, oh, there's this little girl coming next is my niece. If I would have clicked it and seen it, they would have made me have a manipulation, saying, no, we mapped it, remember what you did as a child. It's you. That's how you used to think when you were a kid. We mapped it out. This trash ass working for pedophiles. And they were now to do this pedophilia type of torture. That's the thing too. It's not only that they do that to me, but others have said the same things. So in every level you've been validated that not only they do this pedophilia type of torture, not only they torture children, but then they try to make you accept this manipulation, saying that's you when you're a child. And then you're like, well, when I was a child, first of all, I'm a grown man. I'm a grown person. Forget about even man or woman. I'm a grown adult person. You're going to try to tell me that having a brain of a child makes sense? And then you're embarrassed because this article in Washington Times or Washington Post says something about children, can do this stupid things out of the impulsiveness of a developing brain. To the point that they try to create this like pattern. I've said this thing about this kid called Sara. I remember when I was 12, 13 years old. And I remember this little girl that wanted to get on the computer and go to look for Sara. And I remember and as I'm saying that, they're literally stimulating my genitals right now because I'm telling this story. Because what happened is I started kissing her on the cheek. And they tried to give me stimulation in my memories, and they're doing it in real time. And they have these clowns that torture children, try to gaslight me to accepting these false memories. And they think that, if I'm going to pretend that's Sarah trash, you don't even try to play your fucking fantasy. Because I know these people, these perps, they have these ways of trying to think that if we're going to act in certain ways, if we present as, no, we're doing it for Sarah. First of all, they talk about me 12, 13. I just turned 13 2 months ago. I know you're involved in a program that tortures children today, sexually torturing them. And you dumbass think, this is what people can lose their mind and do something. Can you imagine the trash that you see clearly? You're involved in a program that tortures children. You know so well, because at the same time you try to counter that. That's why you say Sara, because you think that I'm going to go into what you guys put together. Because you think I'm going to stop thinking about how you burn these children's genital. That makes it clear that you know very well that you torture children in this program. So you say Sara in front of me. First of all, God gave me strength. I don't do anything aggressive. All I want to do is take a picture of this trash. Target visual. There's nothing more for me better to show who is out here mapping it out. You falsified these memories of me as a child, as 13 years old, to create a pattern? Because this article will show you sad, pathetic, low life. And you do this, even when me telling the story, they literally forcing me to get stimulations. They literally give me sexual stimulation when I talk about the story. And then make noise campaign. And you have these losers, this trash, low life. They feel so proud, like, no, we're gonna win. We got you. It's like, wow. A pigeon can get me. It's such a loser that you even start to be proud about something that But you're gonna make the mistake, because they think that if they stay living this deluded reality, I'm gonna go with them. No, boo-boo. I'm gonna show you trash ass and your retarded ass. I'll take pictures of this trash. Show the pictures of all these women that's been destroyed and tortured. The stories of what they do to kids. And then show a picture. Oh, they mapped it to me as a kid like that. Them working for these governmental entities that do these things to children, that have been ranked for being some of the top tier trafficking of child porn. And tell me, look at this trash saying they spend money with their technology, they map that with that. They look at them. Do they look like anything, analyzing anything? They only analyze what can break you down. That's it. But no, I'm here to help them. And they tell me how I'm going to die in this way. Torture's like, yes, but if you die today, this thing is not going to change for me. These perps are nothing. You see these kids they sell. Their own kids, little boof. They're the same mappers. They're the analysts too. They're part of this analyzing. By the way, they forced me to get stimulation. I think they also humiliate that I call this, because they're probably using these kids to say that I'm going. That's probably the kids they're going to use to frame me. Say this, they're going to have this kid say something disgusting. Look at these losers. You sell your kids in these ways. You have these clowns out here to talk about Sara, talk about me as a 12-year-old, even younger, me younger than this kid that you see there walking these nasty ways. To try to create this false pattern. You mapped it to, look at these dongorons. Sorry, look at this. These kids. Try to say, imagine a grown-ass man. I will never let them live the fantasy. In my brain, they even try to make me think that it'd be rational to imagine make an adult person have the same developing brain as these retards. And when I mean retards, please excuse my language, just because there's children, and you know the brain of children are not all the way there. It is something, it's still under construction. But they have empowered this. I will never let them live the fantasy. Never. These people work for governmental entities that have been renowned to do this. These governmental entities that have issued pedophilia, so much so that they are renowned for downloading so much child porn that the Child Protective Services in 2018 ranked them as the 19th out of 2,900 network for trafficking the most child porn in the United States of America, making them a top tier network for child porn trafficking, peer-to-peer sharing, and